Hello, OpinionMaster family. I'm here to talk about a Fusion 480 transducer mount for a Garmin GT20-TM. As you can see here, the trolling motor mount allows you to actually put this transducer around a trolling motor. But here, for the kayak, obviously I don't have a trolling motor, but the holes where those bands go are perfect to mount to the kayak, and I actually use zip ties. Here you see how the transducer is mounted flush to the bottom of the kayak. I'm going to take you through the installation of this transducer in reverse order since I already have this mounted on my kayak. Here you can see, since the last time I made a video, that I've added this through hull fitting for the transducer cable. That mount actually came with the Garmin fish finder. I did this because Moo Moo Adventure had warned that the cable transducer might get pinched by the lid of the hatch. Here you can see how that looks on the inside. I basically took that hole and gooped it up with marine silicone. This transducer mount actually consists of two main pieces. There's this nice PVC cap that I found that's 1.5 inch in diameter, and it's actually very sturdy, so you can really put some pressure on it with the zip ties. The other piece of this transducer mount is some foam. You can use a pool noodle, or I actually found some packing foam that actually worked really well for this. I just cut it into a rectangle so it'll fit in the scooper, and then I slit a slot through the middle, and that's for the transducer cable itself. Getting back to the PVC cap, you'll notice there are 5 holes drilled into it. There's 4 for the zip ties on each end, kind of on like a square corner, and then there's a 3/8 inch hole down the middle just for the transducer cable, and that'll just depend on whichever transducer that you have. You'll notice here that I have the cap facing down. If I had this up, then it'd be like a little cup and it would collect up some water. And also, it's very hard to get those zip ties tied down with the PVC up like that. Here you see me put in the zip ties. I put it into the holes on the top there, and then once you get that to the bottom of the PVC cap, then I attempt to take each one of those zip ties and put them through the scupper hole. So basically squeeze down on that foam and then get it through the top of the scupper hole there. And then I just pull those zip ties through. This next part is the tricky part. Once you've got the zip ties through the foam, you'll want to put the 2 zip ties through the 2 holes in the trolling motor mount, pull that around, and then you want to take those zip ties and then pull them through the bottom of the foam and then pull that through to the top side. Once you've done that, you'll want to pull that through the 2 holes in the PVC cap. And before you pull those zip ties tight, you want to make sure that the transducer is level on the bottom of the kayak. And then once you've got that in place, you'll want to pull the zip ties tight. Pulling these zip ties tight when the transducer mount is flush to the bottom of the kayak is important, because if you don't do that, then the zip ties will crimp in the wrong spots, and then you won't be able to effectively zip tie the transducer down. Hopefully I showed you enough that you could do this transducer mount on your own. The PVC cap, the main thing that you won't need to be aware of, that it is 1.5 inch in diameter, and it's rigid enough to be able to hold those zip ties in place. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below and I'll try to clarify. Thanks again. See you later, OpinionMaster family.